talk to us about the opportunities you see in this ecosystem for entrepreneurs as well as other ecosystem builders in the room this afternoon.
All right. Thank you very much, Lucy. With all the work that is happening in the country, with just the capacity building, both in terms of training, both in terms of helping organizations get their their business right, giving access to market, it means that we're going to be having a significant growth when it comes to entrepreneurs. And I think it was Salma who said 80% of employment is really entrepreneurship. And we're going to be seeing it even becoming more and more advanced. We'll have more people, so we'll have a lot more people to serve in a lot more niche or selective ways. So I see, like, for example, in a platform like Omesa or any other here, the world is also going digital. So we are reaching out to one another in ways that was not previously available to us. And now, because what happens like with something like Omesa is, yes, you can have a platform, you can reach anyone in the continent, but at the same time, you also have support from other chapters elsewhere that can also give you the support you might require that is physical when it comes to doing business. So I think Omesa will in the future be that kind of, especially for the women in business, kind of support that you need as we grow in terms of our digital reach and our global collaboration, because our border systems now are virtually almost collapsing. So what we will need is, once we establish business linkages, is now the on the ground, as we say in Kenya, we took our ground support. And that is, and that is where I see the future of Comesa. The other area I see is that it is, and a lot of business women tell me that, like, it's no longer sustainable to just do business in, at least for most of them in Kenya, they want to reach out. So for business resiliency, if something is happening in one country, perhaps in another country, you might be doing better. So for business, especially as business grows, for establishing better resilience in terms of business, for being able to, when we were having the talk at some time at the trade fair, we said there is so much you can get from Africa. I remember there's this lady from Vivo, and she was sharing that there is so much fabric in Africa, but you know what? The people with the fabric from Africa are not exporting to Africans. They're exporting to Europe, they're exporting to China. And it's just very interesting how we have better routes out of Africa than we have. And so they raise that as a major point of concern, because we are all very patriotic and we would wish to do business with Kenyans, but then ecosystems such as this are actually what are helping us start doing a lot of business with Kenyans. And now also originally, these are the kind of places that we will find ourselves now doing a lot more business in Kenya. We're getting a lot more access to, and also to support other businesses that are growing. And now just giving that simple case of Vivo, or even guys in agro, and they want to add value and they need certain spices that are coming from Malagasy, and you want something and you're not able to access it, yet you're able to see it globally. The other thing, then the last is that we're now in an era of also data and collecting a lot of, we have a lot of information now is coming through because we are able to have different points of collection. Ecosystems such as this now become very important. They give us information now that can allow us to make better decisions about possibly what do women in business need, which cluster of business is struggling, what are the main points of support. So I see ecosystems also providing very useful information, especially at policy making level, to help unclog or kind of reduce the barriers that we find that affect the women in business. So for now, I will share those 3 areas. And then I'll let the other panelists go as well.